What happened in Iez, Nazamil?
Don't worry. You don't have to tell us if you don't want to.
No choice!
None shall escape
Sonic
my
Thrust!
judgment!
Pierce through! Sonic Thrust!
Ray!
Slash! Swallow Blade!
Looks like it could be worth something.
Alphen! Xion!
Xion!
Yo!
It's been so long!
It has. You're both looking well.
Never been better. Well, just talking about us, though.
There's apparently some trouble in town.
Kisara, Dohalim. The gang's all here.
So, what's this trouble you mentioned?
Renans have returned to the city, living alongside the Dahnans here.
There were a lot of vacant houses after the mess with Almeidrea, right? Some refugees from Lenegis have taken up residence in them.
Bayfon decided to take them in, but not everyone has been so welcoming.
That's putting it lightly. The situation's a bit of a powder keg. The smallest spark could set it off.
So Renans do live here. If that's the case, then why...
Oh, who's that?
This? This is Nazamil.
I'm Rinwell, and this here is Hootle. Nice to meet ya. Woo!
Some Dahnans from around here are after her. Because her father is a lord.
A lord?
I see. So she draws more attention than your average Renan, then.
We've brought her along so we can at least figure out what's going on. Plus, there's the mausoleum issue. Let's go see Bayfon.
You see, we were actually just there, but he's out, and we couldn't meet with him.
Then, for now, how about we take Nazamil to the area where the Renans live?
Huh. Not a bad idea. You okay with that, Nazamil?
I'm Law. Nice to meet you, Nazamil.
I'm Kisara. I hope you'll feel free to talk to me anytime.
I am Dohalim Ilkaris. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Dohalim? The Lord?
Former Lord. These days, I am simply the man you see before you. Nothing more.
I'd hardly say you're nothing more. What a nice breeze. I bet laundry would dry in a jiffy.
For sure. To be honest, I never really liked how windy it is here. But if I think of it as drying people's laundry, it's a little easier to see it in a positive light.
Indeed. Kisara has always had a knack for finding the positive, even in everyday things.
I was just sharing a thought I had. That's all.
It's good to see you guys, but with the city being so on edge, it's hard to relax.
The Renans and Danans here don't trust each other. This place is a far cry from Vicint.
What about Pelagian? You took in most of the refugees from Lenegis, didn't you?
I've settled them on different levels of the city, so contact between the two cultures is minimal.
Better to gather all the Renans in one place to avoid unnecessary conflicts, huh?
And with the Lord guy here in charge, no one can do anything too crazy.
Come on. He's carrying out his duties as the Renan representative.
But if that's true, are you sure it's okay to leave the city?
Fortunately, I have people there I can rely on. Leaving for a short while shouldn't be a problem.
And Kisara, you're the captain of those new troops in Vicente, right?
That's right, the Service Corps. We're made up of former members of the Guard and armored soldiers. We serve as the people's shield in the new era. I'm not used to teaching so many new recruits, but I'm managing somehow.
Rinwell, you're in Vicente too, aren't you? Is your nose still stuck in a book all the time?
Yep. There are too many books to read, so I always end up cooped up at home.
Hey, you go out sometimes. Like when you're investigating the ruins.
You seem to know a lot about it.
Oh, not really. It's just that sometimes I guard caravans as part of the Crimson Crows, you know? So whenever I stop by Vicente, I pop in to help with stuff. Anyway, what have you been up to, Alphen?
Are you and Xion still traveling around as usual?
Yeah. I don't feel ready to settle down in one place just yet. Xion?
Sorry. It's been a while, but it doesn't feel like anyone's changed, you know?
You're right. It really feels like the old days.
I know we've got a lot of catching up to do, but Nazamiel must be getting bored by now.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, Nazamiel.
I don't mind. I wonder what the Renans here were doing when Nazamiel was being chased down. She doesn't seem too excited to see them.
You think they had something to do with it?
I'm not sure. It's possible.
That food there looks pretty tasty.
Yep, we can fix that new recipe with it.
I eagerly await the final result.
Nazamil? What are you doing back here?
Away with you! You don't belong here. How many times do we have to say it?
How could you say such a thing? She's a Renan just like you, and a child at that.
If it isn't the Blazing Sword, the very person who destroyed our society, you're one to talk.
You Renans value lineage and social standing, don't you? Nazamil is the daughter of a lord.
Her father was a lord, yes. He was the esteemed Lord Urwagil Hildress, the former Water Lord.
Urwagil, the lord who preceded Volron.
But that girl's mother is just some embedded nobody!
Her mother is a Danon?
The blood of a glorious lord mixed with that of a lowly slave. It's repugnant.
That girl is no Renan. Every one of us here agrees on that.
Hey! Bastards just spewed their hatred and left.
A child with both Danon and Renan blood. Is that even possible?
In the old world, I'd heard rumors that it happened on rare occasions, but not of any children that reached her age.
You knew this would happen, didn't you? Why didn't you say something, even though you knew it would be painful?
It was too much to explain, and I'm in no pain.
But it's wrong to judge someone because of how they were born.
Let's go back to look for Bayfon. It's better than staying here.
You said you weren't in any pain, but is that really true?
Why do you ask?
Is it possible you just got used to the pain?
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bayfon!
Wow, look who it is. It's been a while, hasn't it? Huh? Nazamil. Ah, thank goodness you're safe. So, some of the refugees we took in from Lenegis knew of Nazamil's identity, huh? The situation in Niez is delicate, to say the least. So I thought it would be better if I sent her to Vicint.
I guess some unhappy residents went after her before she could make it there.
Yeah, that's why I went looking for her as soon as I found out. It's fortunate that you found her first. I would just send her off on her way, but she may be attacked again.
Yes, that is true. However, it would be just as dangerous for her to stay here, too.
Well, okay then. Why don't we escort her to Vicente ourselves?
What about while we're at the mausoleum? Things being as they are, she can't just wait around here.
Or we could take her with us to the mausoleum. It's dangerous to send her off, and it's dangerous for her to stay. She'll be safest with us there to protect her.
I'm fine with protecting her, but doesn't the mausoleum have its own dangers?
You're right, that is a concern. However, with all of us there, I think we'll be okay.
Sounds good to me. After all, it's better to stick together than split up.
We can head back to Vicente after we finished at the mausoleum. Is that okay with you, Nazamil?
Sure.
Just where is the mausoleum anyway?
In the ruins at Adon Lake. It's pretty deep in, so you'll need to be cautious.
It's easy to forget in Menancia, but the enmity between Dahnans and Renans still runs deep.
Hearts and minds cannot change as quickly as circumstances. We must be patient.
I guess that's a mature way of looking at it.
Okay!
Hmm?
A Dawn Lake? Gonna be tricky with all those giant Zeugles running around.
Oh? I would have assumed you'd be itching for an excuse to fight them.
Well, you know, I'm a bit more of a grown-up now.
I don't think that's something actual grown-ups say.
They say the mausoleum is deep inside the Adon Lake ruins.
Stay close, Nazamil.
I'll be fine.
Should we really take this?
Whew! That was refreshing.
You act like you just took a bath. Huh.
The mausoleum is just up ahead, huh?
Careful. There might be Zeugles around, so... what?
Oh, that wasn't you?
Are you hungry?
No, that wasn't...
It's perfectly normal for your stomach to growl when you're hungry. It's nothing to be ashamed or embarrassed about.
As long as it's not you, I guess.
What was that?
Nothing. It's not a good idea to take on a mausoleum on an empty stomach. Why don't we eat first?
Great idea, Alphen.
Oh, it's been a while since I last had Kisara's cooking.
We're not putting it all on Kisara. We're going to cook together.
Really, I'm not...
It seems everyone's in the mood to cook. If it's not too much trouble, we'd love for you to join us.
I had an idea for something we could make with what we have on hand, but it looks like I'm still short on a few ingredients. Luckily, I think we can find them around here.
No problem. Let's start looking.
Nazamil, do you have any foods you particularly like or dislike?
Not really.
Nothing in particular? That would make you a lot easier to deal with than a certain somebody.
Hey! Don't act like I'm a picky eater.
No one said she was talking about you.
Hey, isn't that what we're looking for?
Oh, wait! It's right here.
Wow, that's strange. I wasn't expecting us to find a teleporter while looking for ingredients.
I wonder where it leads.
Regrettably, it looks like this one's target coordinates were never set. Until someone enters a destination, it's useless.
It's weird to find a teleporter out on its own like this.
Nazamil, everything okay? What is that?
Looks like a Dahnan relic. This is a land full of ruins, so it's not at all unusual.
That looks familiar for some reason. I'm sure I've seen it before. That's right! It's a good luck charm! I saw an illustration in an old book once.
Does it have some kind of special power?
Nah, nothing like that. This is the sort of thing you give to your family, or someone special, so you can feel connected with them, no matter how far apart you may be.
I guess the way people express their feelings is the same now as it was back then.
I don't need it. I don't have anyone like that.
Well, in that case, can I hold on to it then?
Sure, I don't care.
Okay. Why don't we head for the campsite and start cooking?
We've got all the ingredients, so now it's time to show everyone what I can do.
Isn't this exciting, Nazamil?
Huh?
Better rest easy and prepare for tomorrow.
Done. This is sure to give the others some much-needed energy.
I'm stuffed. It's nice eating with everyone like this, don't you think?
Indeed. It feels so liberating to relax under this beautiful sky. Moments like these are priceless.
Especially given how much you've been cooped up in your office lately. You've earned a break.
Hey, you okay? You don't look too good. Are you feeling sick?
I'm fine. It's just that it's a little uncomfortable. I've almost never eaten with others.
Oh, because both Dahnans and Renans... Well, what about your family?
I don't know anything about my mother. I've never met her.
What about your father?
My father would only visit when he needed me for something. And when he did, he would yell and beat me. The other members of my house did the same.
What?
So no.
Well then, I guess that makes us the first.
Huh?
Let me tell you a secret. You see, when you eat with people you're close to, it always makes food taste that much better.
Why is that?
That's a good question.
I suppose it's because when we share the same food, we're also sharing the joy of it.
Not only that, conversations are more lively when you're eating good food, too.
Food tastes better when it's shared.
There's more to a meal than simply filling your stomach. And knowing that is part of what motivates people to cook a good meal.
The food was really good.
Let's eat together again, okay?
Our bellies are full, so now let's burn off those calories by finding the mausoleum.
Take this seriously, would you? Nazmiel's going to get tired of your stupid jokes.
Jeez, I wasn't even joking. You know, there's something about Nazamiel that reminds me of Dohalim. She's...
elegant.
Yes, exactly!
My family was strict about manners.
No surprise there. Your father being a lord. Law, you can be so insensitive sometimes.
I don't mind. My house is gone now anyway.
That was back on Lenegis, right? When did you come down to Dana?
When my father joined the crown contest as a lord, we came down together.
Oh yeah, Ganeth Harrows, right? But didn't Voron...
Why are you asking anyway?
Why? The more we know about each other, the quicker we can become friends, right?
Is that how all of you became friends?
I suppose so. Getting to know each other is an important step in learning to understand one another. It can be difficult to trust a stranger, but once you understand them better, you can move toward becoming friends. Still, why don't we change the topic to something more cheerful?
I don't know any cheerful topics.
Let me take the risk!
Wow, someone's feeling lively.
I'm on it! Talon Hurricane!
It's good to be prepared.
Barely a blip on our radar.
noticed while we were eating that you have really good table manners, Nazamil.
Is that something you were taught on Lenegis?
Yes, I had to memorize everything. I'd get hit if I made a mistake.
Oh.
Can I ask you something?
Of course. Ask us anything.
What I am. It doesn't bother you at all?
What, the thing about your parents? I mean, sure, it was a little surprising, but we're not really ones to talk when it comes to being unusual.
He's right. We are a rather strange group, all things told.
Exactly. For example, I'm Danon. But I'm also part of a mage clan that can use astral arts.
Dohalim here is a Renan lord who prefers poetry over power.
So, is that why you're with the Blazing Sword? With Alphen? Because you were different from others?
I suppose I appreciate how he embraces our eclectic natures. But that is not the only reason. We all have our differences, big or small. The question is, how we look at those differences.
What about Alphen and Shion?
In terms of different, those two are in a class all of their own. They're especially unique. But in the end, we see each other as fellow human beings. And when it comes down to it, all our differences are insignificant compared to that.
In other words, the way we see it, you're really not that different from the rest of us, Nazamil. So I'm sure we can be friends.
Friends? Yeah. People lived here long ago.
What's wrong?
Having someone to share my thoughts with is...
Here it is. Bayfon was right.
This is a mausoleum?
Yeah, that's what we call them. They were originally built on Rena.
And now they're here, since Dana and Rena fused together a year ago. Most of them are underground, but sometimes you can find one above the surface, like this.
We got back together so we could deal with them.
We don't know what kind of machines or Zeugles might be inside. Make sure you stay close to us.
Okay, got it.
It doesn't look like anyone's gone up ahead.
Then let's go. Stay close to us, Nazamil.
walking together like this. It's like we're back in the old days.
The old days? It's only been a year.
But after the battle with the Great Spirit, so many things have happened. A lot has changed.
Great Spirit. Is it true it's the collective will that manifests from all the astral energy within a world?
Yes. Rena's Great Spirit manifested a will of its own and engineered the conflict between Dana and Rena. Together, we fought it 1 year ago.
In the end, Alphen's power defeated the Great Spirit, allowing its astral energy to finally become one with Dana's. And now, with the Great Spirit no longer influencing the Renan people, our two cultures finally have a chance to unite as well.
So all of that is something that the Blazing Sword... that Alphen did? He's the reason the world is the way it is now?
I mean, he's the one who did it, but it's more like it's this way because it was always supposed to be. The problem is, instead of seeing this as a new world, both Danans and Renans think that Dana just absorbed Rena into itself.
I mean, that is what it looks like, so I get the confusion. Rena disappears, then there's all these Renan buildings popping up everywhere, hollowing, and that sky.
It's a difficult situation. The Renans lost their home when Lenegis collapsed, and the Danans feel like they're being invaded by all the resulting refugees. Most Renans are currently living in Pelegion, but there are some who have traveled outside Ganath Haros to settle in other regions and Danan cities. In some cases, like in Niez, accepting them in has resulted in tensions. And then the mausoleums are a problem as well.
Guess the only thing that hasn't changed is the wandering Zeugles.
Even Zeugles aren't the same. They're more violent than before, probably due to the merging of the worlds.
As you can see, we still have a lot of issues to deal with, but we're trying to solve them as best we can.
I see.
Whoa! It's kind of hard to walk when things are all slanted like this.
This whole section seems to be tilted. Though it's not clear if it's because of the planetary convergence or if it was damaged from the start.
I hope it's only this room. It'll be tough if it's like this the whole way.
I found some equipment.
Let me take a look at it.
Don't wander off ahead of the group, Nazamil.
Right. I got it.
I guess she's not scared. And here I thought that Zoogle in the outer mausoleum was pretty rare.
In a sense, it is fortunate this place cannot be destroyed using our current technology.
Indeed. Considering the amount of advanced technology within these mausoleums, many would want a piece of it for themselves.
I'm still not used to these Helganquil structures.
Helganquil?
Yes, the true natives of the planet Rena. The ones who built all this.
Oh, this looks nice and tough.
You know, Nazamil sure is fearless.
Now that you mention it, she is, isn't she? Maybe she's stronger than she looks.
Can I ask you something?
You don't have to ask that every time. What is it?
What kind of place is this mausoleum?
Well, it seems like it was originally supposed to help delay the collapse of Rena by controlling astral energy. But it's still operating, and that's not good.
Astral energy in this world is now composed of 6 elements, after Rena and Dana became one.
Just like it was supposed to be from the very beginning.
But before they merged, Dana had only 5 elements. Currently, the balance of energy is still shifting to achieve equilibrium. We believe these mausoleums are interfering with the flow of astral energy, preventing that balance. So we decided it's better to disable them.
So having 6 elements is normal?
Right. But something went wrong a long time ago, and they were divided. Rena got all the dark astral energy, and Dana got the light.
When I was small, my father told me that I have all 6 elements, so it was my duty to master them.
Undoubtedly, it's due to you having both Renan and Danan blood. In a way, you're a herald of a new era. Is something wrong?
No. For a moment I was just worried you were going to say something like, "What a fascinating specimen." Sorry.
Ah. And here I thought I was getting better at reading the room.
Anyway, this new world of ours needs all 6 elements in proper balance. So we're shutting down the mausoleums to help that happen.
So 6 elements are part of a new era. I never thought of it like that before.
Renan and Danan, all 6 elements. Nazamil contains everything of this world inside her.
Now that our worlds have become one, it might not be such a rare thing in the future.
It is certainly possible. Perhaps someday those of us with only 5 elements will be seen as the old generation.
Having everyone together like this makes me feel like we're back in the old days.
The old days? It hasn't been that long, has it? Although I'm glad to hear that what you consider the old days is the present day here with us.
What a strange place. It's unlike any Renan or Dahnan structures I've seen before. Are they all like this?
We've seen a few of them, and I'd say they're mostly like this, yes.
Do you know a lot about architecture, Nazamiel?
No. Was that an odd thing to ask?
Not at all. It just means you're perceptive.
You're alert and paying attention to your surroundings. That's a good thing.
Yeah, and being curious is how you learn things. Speaking of which, I'm very curious about you.
Because I'm different?
Because you're interesting, and I want to get to know you, Nazamiel.
You... do?
We all do. Personally, I look forward to hearing more of what you have to say.
I'll try to think of something. You look like you're having a hard time.
I'm a little out of shape. I haven't left the library much recently.
Aha! I forgot to look before I leaped. We got some good equipment!
I can't say its appearance is to my tastes, personally.
We should think about eating soon.
Really? Not all that hungry myself.
Don't make me say it again.
Yeah, good idea.
I feel like there's something really important on the other side of that door.
How do you know that?
It's just something you sort of pick up. The design of the door, I guess?
In other words, it's nothing more than a hunch.
Stay calm. I shall provide assistance. We got the advantage.
If it's in the sky, it's mine.
Just have to make sure we keep it.
Don't worry. Moore's Law is on.
Keep calm and take them down.
in their defenses.
Glad you have your uses.
I'll show you how useful I can be. Glimmer Dragon. This.
Looks like you're doing well, Law.
Of course! I'm always doing well.
Oh, yeah?
Expert coming through!
I guess you don't need any
Astro
healing
Boost.
then.
Please, please heal me!
What's this?
Your blade moves like silk. I just let my instincts take over. How fascinating.
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pulling.
Cut them apart to your heart's
Take
content.
this. All mine. I'll smash you. How's this?
Well, someone seems in tip-top form. Nothing new about
Take it.
and still as humble as ever.
As usual, it's full of machines that do who knows what.
They're productions of foreign technology, every one of them. Trying to divine their purpose would be a fool's errand.
I'd recommend against touching them, Nazamil. Nazamil?
A crest?
Nazamil, is that?
No, it's not what you think.
She vanished! Nazamil! Wait! Nazamil! Where are you?
A crest appears, then she disappears. Just who the hell is she?
We can discuss that later. First, we need to find her.
about Nazamil's crest? Do you think it's...
Yeah. It looks similar to the Sovereign and Maiden crests.
Her parentage alone wouldn't be enough to explain this. You don't think she's also...
Another door.
It'd be nice to find Nazamil on the other side.
I hope she's safe. Nazamil!
Helganquil.
It's all right. They haven't woken. These are the Helganquil, the true people of Rena. They're sometimes discovered like this. I suppose that's why these places are called mausoleums.
Why did you run off? It's dangerous to be in here all by yourself.
Careful! Something's coming!
Well, guess we aren't getting out of this one.
No one appreciates a rude awakening.
Don't you think this ruckus is way more of a nuisance?
First strike!
Mega Ray!
Power up water! Inferno Time!
Back into the fray!
Air pressure! You're mine! Sword Ray Alpha! Radiant Flash!
I'm out of blow! What the...
Ready as ever!
Bloody
On your...
Stay there, Nazamil.
Don't move. Stay put.
I'm ready! Alpha! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! You're mine! Eat it! On your knees!
Annihilation!
Not today!
Radiant
Air
Spear!
pressure!
Solid Storm!
Resonate Barrier! Alarm time! Stalagmite can't get out of this!
Mega Ray!
We're almost there. Let's finish this, everyone.
Right! Time to end this for good.
I've got your back.
Let's draw the curtain.
I'm on! Demon Fang! Rotating Pile Driver!
Glacial Spear. Pierce the ether.
First strike!
Here's a healing art.
Talent
First
Watch
aid.
yourself!
Natural defenses are fading. I'm a sitting duck.
Retreat from this battle.
Retreat? I would never. Do it.
Hurricane! Rinwell!
Demon's Descent.
Flashing Fang!
It stopped. I think that should be the last of them.
Nazamil. Please don't run off again. That crest earlier. Was that?
Was that why you ran? Because you were afraid?
I hate this. I hate everything about it. Because I'm not a Renan. I'm not a Dahnan. Everyone has always said that I'm not normal. And now I've been taken to this weird place. And my body's become even more unnatural. Next you'll all probably toss me aside. I know that everyone hates me. People always have. Even my own father hates me. Everyone! I'm different from everyone! I just don't fit in anywhere!
Nazamil!
But that's...
The power I didn't ask for. One that was forced upon me. I've lost so much because of it. Just like you. But even so, I have friends who accept me. And one thing I'm certain of, they'll accept you too. If you want them to.
But
You are an aberration. As you are now, you're a worthless child. If you don't like it, try being of use for once.
Let's go back. Nazamil.
I told you, didn't I? When it comes to this group, we're all just a bunch of oddballs.
Before we leave, let's finish what we came here to do.
what's that?
Sealing the door to this room. There. That should do it.
What did you do? We disabled the main function so no one else can enter. We wouldn't want any miscreants getting in and causing mischief.
What about the Helganquil?
They will continue to sleep safely. We only disable the functions of the mausoleum itself.
Do you guys always do stuff like this?
When we find mausoleums, yeah.
There should be a facility somewhere that oversees all the mausoleums, though.
Until we can locate it, this is what we have to do.
Xion and I are capable of sealing the mausoleums. The problem is, they tend to be nothing but Zeugles inside and out.
Besides, considering the current state of the world, it's too soon to get other people involved, or to let word of the mausoleum spread too far.
That's why every time a mausoleum is found, we all gather and take care of it on our own.
Yep. And I'll take any excuse to get everyone back together again.
I see.
We're all done here, so let's head back to Niez and report to Beifan.
So you and Shion are the only ones who can seal the mausoleums?
Yes, but it's also our way of setting things right.
After all, we're somewhat responsible for the worlds converging in the first place.
By the way, Alphen, what happened to your Sovereign outfit? That's some high-class gear, isn't it?
It's at docks with Shion's outfit. It, stands out too much.
I admit, I fail to see how your current attire does so any less. Is it difficult to be seen as a hero?
I don't like being called the Blazing Sword.
Really?
Yeah. Dahnans and Renans make all kinds of assumptions just from that name. It doesn't feel good to be judged by people I've never even met.
Yeah.
Although I do admit it's a contradiction for me to say that while carrying around the very sword that gave me that name.
Perhaps. However, we need the sword to accomplish our current task. That's why you restored it with the Sovereign's powers, correct?
You're right. It was necessary. They might say something to you again in ES, but we won't be staying long, so hang in there just for a little bit, okay?
I'll be fine. You don't need to worry. I guess camping isn't so bad, as long as it's with good company. So, Alphen, how many of these mausoleums do you think we've sealed up so far?
Oh, I've lost track. We've been all over the world by now.
This journey's grown longer than I expected.
Say, Shion, are you getting tired?
No, I'm fine. Why? Do I look tired? Have my clothes gotten a bit messy? Oh, or my hair. Or maybe I have bags under my eyes.
No, not at all. It's just as battle-ready as ever. What I'm trying to say is, you're not forcing yourself to do this, are you?
What do you mean?
Just that maybe you'd rather live a calm life somewhere, you know? Away from fighting, where you can wear whatever you like.
Alphen, it sounds to me like you're misunderstanding something. I'm not forcing myself to do anything, okay? We're the only ones who can seal the mausoleums, right? I'm doing this because I want to. After all, I could hardly live in peace knowing the world's still in trouble. And these clothes? I wear them because I like them. I chose all of this for myself. This whole journey we're on, I want to be on it with you. To travel with you. That's why even now,
Well, that's good then. Sorry for the strange question.
Okay then. I guess that's the end of that. Come on, let's go, Alphen.
Right. Let's go, Shionne. Hey, if we find anyone who needs help here...
I know. We'll make sure to ask what's wrong.
Nazamil, there's something I need to apologize for.
Apologize to me? Why?
It's probably my fault that you were a test subject at Lenegis.
Alphen, wait a second.
What do you mean?
The ones who experimented on the two of you did so for their own purposes.
Dohalim.
I understand how you feel, but there's no need to phrase things in such a misleading manner.
Can you please explain? I want to know.
It all started a long because Rena's great spirit wanted to absorb Dana's astral energy. Lenegis was created for that purpose, and the Sovereign was one of its parts.
Alphen escaped, but the great spirit needed a replacement to achieve its plan.
So they took me?
Yes. A lot of people were experimented on, and you were one of them.
Your crest was incomplete. Perhaps your modifications were not completely finished.
Because of Volron. Because he was completed first.
1 year ago, we may have met Nazamil in a different manner. I don't know why they let you go, but we can thank that for allowing us to encounter one another.
And you, Shionne?
Mine was inherited. It was one of my ancestors who underwent modification.
So in a way, you being taken was a result of my actions. I'm sorry, Nazamil.
It's okay. You don't have to be. You didn't wish for it. And I'm no different from you. Besides, I didn't lose anything by being a test subject. And more than that, it makes me happy to know that there are other people like me.
Nazamil.
Bayfon should be in the Dark Wings headquarters.
I wonder if something happened.
Looks like you took care of everything.
Any updates on the situation in town?
Yeah. There's no end to the people. Yeah. To be honest, no.
Regardless of the difficulties, I want to believe that your decision to not turn the Renans away was the correct one.
I want to as well. But at any rate, Nazamil shouldn't stay here. It isn't safe for her. Not that it's her fault, but... Sorry, Nazamil.
It's fine, don't worry.
Thanks, Beifon. All right, everyone. Let's head to Vicente. Please don't blame Beifon, Nazamil.
Yeah. Him accepting Renans at all is pretty amazing. I doubt that's very consoling, though.
It's okay. I'm used to it.
Hear a voice. Somebody's asking for help.
Hopefully, it's nothing that'll be too hard to deal with.
Hey, if we find anyone who needs help here...
I know. We'll make sure to ask what's wrong. We've arrived. This is Vicente, where Dahnans and Renans live as equals.
Equals? Even me?
Yes. I personally guarantee it.
I know it's hard to believe after Nies. We felt the same way when we first arrived.
It may do you some good to observe the city while we're on our way to visit Droshin.
Who's that?
He looks after everyone who just moved here. He'll help with all the procedures you need to go through.
might as well check the place.
Okay.
Is it your first time in Vicent, Nazamil?
Yes. I always tried to avoid getting too close to cities.
Then how'd you end up in Niez?
I happened to be nearby when the worlds merged. I didn't know what was happening, so I fled there for shelter.
You know, Kisara, I've learned a lot traveling with you.
Oh? About what in particular?
Cooking. Getting to finally cook together again after so long has made me realize just how amazing a chef you really are. I need to take the opportunity to watch you at work again while I still have the chance.
Your cooking already has everyone coming back for seconds. I don't think there's anything left to teach you.
Oh, but there is! Not only do you season things perfectly every time, but your movements are so quick and precise. Compared to you, I'm just a novice. I hope you don't mind if I swipe a few of your techniques.
You've really gotten into cooking, huh, Xion?
Though, as usual, she still buys a ridiculous amount of ingredients.
There's no such thing as too many ingredients. And can you blame me for wanting to try out every new recipe we find?
I can relate. Trade between realms has flourished within this past year, and with it, the availability of exotic ingredients. It's the same in Vicent. The people there have been experimenting with food that incorporates a wider array of flavors.
You're telling me brand new gourmet cuisine is being invented all over the world? I want to try making and eating all of it.
Eating the food is one thing, but isn't it hard finding and learning a bunch of new recipes like that?
Yeah, you make a good point. In the past, Kisara has always been there to help me, but I'm not so sure it would be as easy on my own.
In that case, I'll put in the effort to learn some new recipes myself. That way I can teach you the next time we meet.
You will?
Of course. I'm not one to back down from a new cooking challenge. And besides, I really do appreciate your faith in me.
Why don't we all just go to Kisara's every once in a while? You teach the rest of us too, right?
Cooking classes with Kisara? I think I'd like to join in on that.
Very well. I'll take on all of you.
Are you gonna teach us? Or are you gonna fight us?
Okay, who's gonna be it next? No astral arts allowed! Hey, I'm no cheater!
Does it strike you as odd for Renan and Danon children to play together?
I'm not sure. I never played with kids my age, but I could tell that those children don't care who's Renan and who's Danon.
And that's what he said. Can you believe that?
It's true. This really is a masterpiece.
How come you're able to live together?
Huh? Why wouldn't we?
Because Renans and Danans are so different.
Well, we do have our differences. I can use astral arts, for example, while he, as a Danan, cannot. But my friend here can move much faster than me, and he has a splendid singing voice.
Well, your sculptures are beautiful enough to adorn the palace.
There's more to appreciate in our differences than find fault in.
Plus, differences in our individual abilities mean little in the course of day-to-day life.
I don't understand.
Well, we certainly take a different approach around here. I could see it being confusing if you're not used to it.
It looks to me like you're friends with Lord Dohalim. Maybe you could talk to him as well. Lord Dohalim is the only reason we're able to live like this in the first place. It's all thanks to him.
Really?
That is what they say.
What do you think, Nazamil? Are you starting to see how things work around here?
I can see that Renans and Danans get along with each other, even if I still don't understand why.
Could you see yourself living here?
Yeah. I think I'd feel safe here.
Good. Then all that's left is to meet with Droshin.
Lord Dohalim, and the rest of our heroes. If you'd given me more warning, I'd have prepared a better welcome.
That is not necessary. I no longer rule Menancia, after all.
More importantly, we have a request.
I'd be happy to do anything in my power, of course.
This is Nazamil. We'd like you to arrange for her to be able to live here.
Understood?
Aren't you going to ask if I'm Renan or Danan?
They'll ask during the formal procedures. Not that it matters much. There is one thing that matters, however, whether or not you agree with this realm's ideals. Well, what do you say? Can you interact with those different from yourself without prejudice?
I'm not sure yet. But I think it's nice that the Renans and Danans here don't fight.
That's good enough for me. There is a screening process, but I'm sure you'll be fine. Recently, many Danans and Renans have tried to move here for our realm's abundance, yet they take issue with our principle of coexistence. That's why I'm more than prepared to defend our ideals. Oh, but I'm getting ahead of myself. A room at Autalina
At the palace? Not at the inn?
It's a good way to make use of our many spacious rooms. The palace is now public property, after all. We'll show her the way there.
I appreciate that. Oh, by the way, Lagiel was wondering when you'd be coming back.
Lagiel.
Don't Alphen and the others also live here?
Only Kisara and Rinwell at the moment. Alphen and Shion are always traveling.
Oh, I see.
What is it, Nazamil?
Nothing.
Kisara and Dohalim, living together in the palace, huh?
I myself am simply being provided a room.
By who? Kisara?
What did you just say?
What is there to do for fun in this palace when you want to kill some time?
I suppose you could read a book in the library.
Or compose a poem, perhaps. That can really make the hours fly by.
How about going to the courtyard? It'll be easier that way if someone comes calling.
Menancia always soothes my soul.
I no longer rule here, but it still pleases me to hear you say so.
You deserve some credit, man. Menancia couldn't be what it is now without your help.
He's right, Dohalim. Still, it has plenty of room to grow.
That's right. Which means our work is far from over.
Let's do everything we can to help Menancia improve, bit by bit.
So, you like that flower, huh?
The Rose of Unity. It's said to be a symbol of Rena and Dana becoming one. Is that why you like it?
It's a flower that's neither Renan nor Danon. I guess it reminds me of myself. And yet, it grows everywhere. How can you be so calm about everything, Elfin?
What? You mean about being the Sovereign?
When I was in Niez... No, not just then. In other places too. I heard that the Blazing Sword is Rena's enemy. Its destroyer. Danons think so too. They look at you differently. Like you're something apart from them. How can you be okay with all that?
It's not like I don't have feelings. Nazamil, are you scared of me?
It's true that together we did overthrow Renan rule. But we didn't do so out of malice, or because we were trying to hurt people. Please believe that.
I do. From the very beginning, when we first met, both of you have tried to help me. The daughter of a lord, half Danon, a test subject. Finding out more about who I am didn't change anything in your eyes. You still protected me without prejudice. It was the first time I experienced that, and it was nice. So because of that, I wanted to say, thank you.
I should be the one thanking you.
Huh?
I didn't want anyone to get unfairly hurt. And when it seemed like they would, I vowed to use all my power to protect them. That's what I've been fighting for. So in the end, hearing your view on things makes it all feel worthwhile. Thank you.
Sure. We can't always have our actions understood by others, even when we believe we're doing the right thing. What you said is very encouraging.
People tend to judge others based on birth or background rather than what they've actually done. Everyone has their own assumptions. Though the world has changed, people's hearts and minds don't change so easily. Even so,
What should I do? I want to help you, Alphen. I want to be useful. What should I do?
Oh. That's,
Hey, you guys! The room's ready!
Right. Got it. Let's go. We can discuss this more later.
Okay.
Well, let's head to your room.
You can stay as long as you want, Nazamil. No one will bother you here.
Right.
It's a pretty over-the-top name for a flower when you stop and think about it.
I believe Dohalim is the one who came up with the name.
The flower appeared after the merging of the worlds, so I'd hoped it could serve as a symbol of reconciliation.
Until we find an official residence for you, this will be your home, Nazamil.
Guess this is where we say goodbye then. It won't be the same without you.
We'll be sure to stop by when we're in Vicent.
Okay.
Nazamil, we have something for you.
This is the charm from the ruins?
That's right. The good luck charm you give to someone special.
We all helped fix it up a little.
I know you said you don't have anyone special, but you're special to all of us. We thought this could be a reminder when you need it.
But Really?
Of course. Think of it as a sign of our friendship, and a promise that we'll meet again.
Basically, we're friends now.
Friends. My very own friends. Just like me.
It looks good on you.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon, Nazamil.
Okay.
I'm happy that things worked out for Nazamil.
Yeah, I'm glad there's a place like Vicent where she can feel safe.
Everything turned out all right.
Indeed. I suppose our meeting was serendipity.
There! Wasn't Lagiel that lady from the Gold Dust Cats?
She's a member of the Service Corps now, just like me. If she's looking for me, that means...
She's got a problem, huh?
Right. She's often near the inn. Let's check there first.
Kisara! I'm so glad you're back. We could use your help.
Something wrong, Lagiel?
Yeah, Azugal.
It's been attacking Faria Ranch. The ranch. That's quite a serious problem.
It is?
As you are already aware, the balance of the astral energy in each region has been equalizing ever since the merging of the twin worlds.
As a side effect, harvests in Menancia have been on the decline. That means any problems with food production can easily lead to crisis.
In other words, you're saying it's vital to protect the fields and the ranch, right?
Wait, what about the Service Corps? Isn't it their duty to take care of Zeugles?
Oh, we've tried. Many times. But somehow, each time we get overpowered. That's why I'm coming to you for help, Kisara.
Understood. Tell the Corps I'll take care of it. While I'm away, you all stay in the city and...
You really can't break old habits, can you? Rely more on those around you.
But this is...
We need to make extra sure that the food resources are safe.
That's all the motive we need. Come on, Kisara.
Thanks.
Be careful. That Zeugle really does pop up out of nowhere.
The merging of the twin worlds left Zeugles scattered all over. This has caused no end of trouble.
I wonder why Renans lost the ability to control them.
In hindsight, our control was likely only made possible by Lenegis.
What is it, Law?
I just got a kinda strange feeling.
Everything looks okay to me.
Was it just my imagination?
Law?
Shh! I hear something moving.
What is it? Zeugles?
Couldn't it be just a mouse or something?
I don't think so, but I'm not sure what it is. Let's flush it out by force!
Wait!
Nazamil?
You followed us? Did something happen in the city?
No. I just didn't want to be left there.
Are you saying you'd rather live on your own outdoors than in a city?
It's not that. I just...
You want to come with us, don't you?
Yes.
All right.
Are you sure about this? After all, it's not like we'll never see each other again. And it's so much safer in Vicente.
That's true, but we all know the pain of being alone, don't we?
Well, yeah, but...
She does appear at will. If something happens, she can use that to hide herself.
Can you promise you'll do that, Nazamil?
Yes, I promise.
Then it's decided.
Haven't been to the ranch in a while. Wonder if they're all doing okay.
So, you like animals?
Like isn't the right word. They're his best friends.
They are not!
Make sure to catch any mice you see, okay?
Here, boy! Want to go for a walk?
Well, look who it is. Ain't seen you around here in a spell. Especially you, boy. Why don't you come around more often?
'Cause I'm busy, okay? But we're here for a reason. We heard a Zoogle has been attacking your livestock.
Oh, so you're taking over for the Service Corps, then? Why didn't you say so? I can't say I recognize you, young lady. You look pretty young for a Service Corps member.
That's because she's not in the Service Corps. She's our new friend.
Your animals were attacked?
Yes, that's right. They may just be animals, but they're my animals, and I take good care of them. But that darn Zoogle won't leave the poor things be.
And just what kind of Zoogle is it?
No clue.
You don't know?
I know it's a Zoogle 'cause of the tracks, but even though it got a handful of my animals, I ain't actually seen it yet. I even come a-running as soon as I hear a commotion, but still ain't laid eyes on the beastie. It don't make a lick of sense.
Never would have guessed the old guy'd just throw himself into danger like that.
It keeps coming back, so I figure it must live somewhere nearby here.
Okay, we'll check around the roads.
Do you like animals too, Nazamil?
Yeah. Animals don't say mean things or throw rocks like people do.
Are you okay, Nazamil?
I'm alright. I just tripped, that's all.
It only takes one untimely stumble to sprain an ankle. Keep your wits about you.
Right.
Are you hungry? It's easy to get a bit woozy on an empty stomach.
True. It might be a good idea to take a short break.
Hootle says, make sure you take care of yourself. See? He's looking out for you too.
Right. I will. Thank you.
Nazamil has really opened up to us, hasn't she?
I think they might be doting on her a bit much, though.
It's an expression of their concern. As long as she doesn't mind and it doesn't impede her independence, I see no issue with it.
If they pamper her too much, she's gonna end up like a certain someone we know, and won't even be able to change her own clothes.
Ah, not to worry, Law. I have found that it is never too late to learn such things.
I'm not sure that's a good argument.